Sorry about that, wait, guys. I was taking a test. Thank you, Kirby. Hall of Fame popularity. What is this? What? Okay. Why did it do that? Weirdos. Oh, marriage challenge. Hey, Tammy. Thank you. I appreciate the well wishes. How's your night going? Good. Cold, but at least above 0. I guess that's something good to cheer for. Those aren't too bad. Defense. Why are they always defense? I only have 24. I'll probably go through the dungeon a little bit more. Hey, McVan, I appreciate the well wishes. Thank you for the soup. How's your night going? Pretty well. I was chilling at home waiting for the stream. also have this cold and sick viruses here in Europe. Yeah, I don't know what I have exactly, but I think it's just your basic kind of cold. Feels like crap though. I guess these packets aren't really that bad now that I'm looking at them. Is this what they are on the old servers? Price wise and content wise? This is on par with the dungeon, right? Basically 100 diamonds for one bouquet, plus you get all this extra stuff. I didn't realize the marriage packs were that good of value. Oh, they updated the packs on all the servers. How many accounts you play this dungeon descent? Pretty annoying. 20 to 30 minutes every time, even if you go straight for the boss. Yeah. None really. One. I mean, even on my old account that I'm trying to get back going, I haven't done Dungeon Descent yet. It's such a, I don't know, draining activity. I mean, hell, with these updated marriage, like, we don't even need to go to the dungeon anymore, do we? Like, I mean, it gives me 15 free bouquets and some of this other stuff that, like, shop wise, this is better than spending in the shop. This one is a little more expensive, but you could still probably justify the extra 500 diamonds because you're getting all of that. Didn't play Dungeon Descent in my main for like 3 or 4 months. Doesn't feel like much change. You mean doesn't feel like much has changed with the dungeon, or much has changed with your account? So, what, it happens every 3 days, so let's just say that's 10 times a month. Times 4 months. Times 15 free bouquets each time. So that means that's 600 free bouquets you lost out on because you didn't run it for 4 months. That's basically enough to get you about 65 vigor for free. Yeah, I mean, just depends on what you find value in. If doing Dungeon Descent takes away from your enjoyment of the game, then skipping it is probably worth it. But if you're looking at it from a pure number standpoint, if you doing Dungeon Descent every time it's out for an entire year gives you enough free bouquets to get 100 vigor. So that's pretty significant. Thinking about at the end of the year, you end up with an extra 100 vigor champion for free. Yeah, like I said, you gotta do what you enjoy. One thing with the dungeon that I started doing and recognizing for myself is that you don't have to finish it all at once, right? You get 3 days, so you just have to do the 25 levels over the course of 3 days. So a lot of times I do little bits at a time. Yeah, that's what I was telling Bobby when he was in here that night, is tell the devs to add a skip button to the levels and add it to the subscription. Yeah, that's what they want to do. I'd be fine with that. They'll see their subscriptions go up. Like, the way I see it, the subscription tier, it's not going away. But the more stuff that they can add to the subscription, the more value it'll have for people. Dude, look at the shield on this. This is stupid. Look at how long she's surviving because of the shield. That is insane. I know I can skip this, but I'm letting it play out because I'm trying to eat my soup at the same time. Just good old chicken noodle. Shield is broken at low levels, but sadly she is the only one survivor. No one can do damage while shield is active. Chicken noodle is the best one. Yeah. There's probably other soups I like better depending on the situation. But you can never go wrong with chicken noodles, especially when you're sick. Hey, John. No, 2319 is on server 1581. They actually beat us pretty bad in Guild Conquest. Not necessarily because they're bigger. But because their guild bought more speed tickets than we were gonna buy, so. $15.81 is full of beasts, yeah. They have some pretty big teams. So I think we have more big teams than 2319, but they had a team that was just as big as me, that was actually beating me when they had all the buffs up. So like we couldn't pin him in because I was the only one that could handle his team when he didn't have all the buffs. But they were just speed ticket crazy. Like our guys are like, I'm not spending buying this many speed tickets for this match. So I was like, all right, no problem. Let's just chill. Yeah, run around and get whatever points you want to get, but save your resources. I've heard some big whales make a new account for GC speed ups. Yeah, it doesn't work quite as well as it used to because they put the defenders in the towers now. So you have to make your account at least big enough to beat the defenders in the towers. Right? So like in ours that's not that big, but they gotta, your alternate account has to have a team that's at least what, probably 3 million, because the NPC powers are always bigger than what it usually is, but you're looking at probably somewhere between 3 and 5 million you have to build your alt account up to. But then essentially you just do nothing on that account but collect diamonds and buy speed up tickets. And that way you use that account to run around and take all the towers that the other team took. And you don't have to waste the diamonds and resources on your main account. Yeah, it's not about transferring anything to your main. It's about having free diamonds to use on speed ups and not wasting your own resources. Are you up against 2319, John? Yeah, because the alt account, when you create an alt account, sorry, when you create an alt account, you get probably somewhere between 8 and 10,000 diamonds for free from the leaderboard, right? Because like our leaderboard on our server is maxed out except for intimacy, so you get about 8 to 10,000 diamonds for free. And then obviously there's the daily diamonds that you can continue to get, and so you just go buy diamonds or go buy the speed up tickets, and then you would take that alt account into the fight and you would use that account to do speed up tickets, zoom around the map, zoom around the map and take any of the towers that are, open. You're not going to use that to fight their big guys, but that way when their team zooms around the map and takes all the towers, you go right behind them and take all the towers back. And like I said, you're not wasting speed up tickets on your own account, you're not wasting diamonds on your own account. It was a much more effective tactic before they put in the defenders, because when there were no defenders, you didn't need to build a team on the alt account. You just essentially needed to start the account, because then you'd get all the free diamonds, get your speed up tickets, and then honestly you could just, when you ran out of diamonds, you could just make another one. But now that they put these defenders in here, you have to build up that team a little bit, so it's not quite as effective as it is now. And it's even worse at higher levels, like at the whale levels, like they're not doing that anymore. What server are you from? Yeah, no problem, McMahon. Like I said, I'm actually working on 2. But I don't know how far I'm gonna get with those, honestly. Only one of them is in the guild at the moment. You're in 1594. Is it a pretty chill server, or do you have some whales to contend with there? We're already at round 5. Yeah, but I think our guild's only at round 4, but I know our server, like the servers ahead of us, 851 and 852, had their guild conquest open before ours did. We got 14 days of Samir, and we will save summons as fuck, yeah. I spent my summons even on the Samir. Not for the Samir, but I needed fodder, so. Yeah, I want to spend also to boost the leaderboard account, but I still. Yeah, waiting is smarter. I'm better at giving advice than I am taking my own advice. I made this last year with my main. I was saving 2 months for Devala. Yeah, and still being best top 3 they've all had server, even with Epic 50 Vigor 1. And when they rerun the clan, I took top 1 instant. Yeah. Patience is a really good thing in this game. But I'm gonna have to learn. I think I want to do a free-to-play account to see how I want to do kind of a test thing, but I want to see how fast it's possible to build up a team in this game. And I think that patience is going to play a big part in that. Yeah, when you wait, you can still be free to play and be the top at leaderboard in your server, but sometimes it's hard. Yeah. I mean, part of the reality is A, leaderboard doesn't mean a whole lot. B, as a free to play, you can really only make leaderboard depending on how many spenders are on your server, right? With free to play, you have some ups and stills, but when you're patient enough, the ups are huge. Yeah. And when you're top of the server, sometimes merge comes with pay to win, and you feel down a bit. Yeah. That's why I was never a fan of server mergers. Yeah, I was saying this the other night. Like, every server kind of creates its own ecosystem. The mergers don't do anything but mess that up. And mergers are completely irrelevant and unnecessary. What they needed and what they should have done first was cross server guilds. That's what was needed. That's what was necessary. Server mergers were not, and it was kind of dumb. I need to brainstorm and plan. I'm trying to think. If you were to start a new account on an old server, would you still start the traditional way of building up companions? Or would you just drop straight into sprites? Is this your main now? 70, 57 mil. Huh? The one I'm on right now is my old account. This is the one where I have all the big champion. Um, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's my might. This is I don't know if you call it my main, but it's my old one that I'm kind of working on getting to come back. Yeah, the one I broke Dave all on. I can secure you a GC slot for life. Wanted to say thank you for your perfect account start video. I watched it a year ago. It's probably the best guide so far. Thanks again, sir. Well, thank you, John. And you're welcome. And I'm also working on an updated version of it, although you may not use it since you already restarted on 1591, but I did enjoy doing that one, but I think a lot of stuff has changed, so I definitely need to do an update version of it. I just have to go through all the testing to figure out what the best way to start again is now. If you still play your old account, feel welcome to join the guild. I appreciate the offer. I don't really play the old account. And right now I'm in Kitty's guild, which is like #1 in guild conquest. So I don't have to really play because they do everything. And I still get end of the season rewards. And buckets of chests in the guild every day. What guild is your guild, McMahon? What server are you on? Kitty's bigger than everybody, so. But she asked me to join her guild basically like the day after I came back, so that's why I was in that one. I can't do anything to help them at all, but that's part of why we're working on bringing it back. Need to be useful. But what guild, what server is yours? $178 main account. The new one. Well, I know 1583. What's the name of your guild on 178? Game is Mandalore. Okay. What position are you on the guild conquest right now? Oh, right down a bit. Or right now we fell down a bit because we all switched free to play. You're outside of the top 50. What the fuck does it show the thing? There it is. Yeah, we're in Reforged. Yeah, it's Kitty's guild, although she bounces around to a couple of different guilds. So I guess she has like a personal vendetta against D50 District 53 or something, so she bounces to a bunch of different guilds just to give them and their alliance havoc. See, she's not even in the guild right now. No, that's not a bad invite. I have no business being in this guild. Like, if I wasn't me and she didn't get her start watching my videos and stuff, like, I would never be in that guild. Like, they would never accept me into that guild. So, Gorilla fell that, yeah. Yeah, a lot of bouncing around on that top 50 there. These 14-day summoning events are horrible. Like, that would be my biggest critique. Like, I don't like the stupid limits on the value packs. I don't like that. But even worse than that are these events. Like, when in God's name do fucking summoning events last for 2 weeks? They're like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, since the arena event, I feel they burned Gorilla down. He was top 1 since release of Soul People. Also, Escobar. After that, seems he goes down. As far as I know, he's free to play now. I mean, Gorilla's not hurting. Like, he just won the last Lotus. No, not the last. The Lotus tournament before last. Pretty sure the only reason he didn't win last tournament is because he let Toothless win. Gorilla's not by any means hurting. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do Bloom or not if they come next. I don't know that they're coming next. But if they do, I don't know that I'm gonna do them. $50K, yeah. It's still probably like the second most spent in Bloodline on any one account. So, like I said, he's not hurting for anything. I don't have any concept of why you would spend that kind of money on a game. Uh, yeah, I mean, people got to spend what's comfortable for them to spend. I'm not judging one way or the other. I just, even if I had the 50K to spend on an account, which I don't, I wouldn't. Like, I would go buy a house or a car, or not a car. A car is a horrible investment. Go buy a house, go buy some kind of property or something. Yo, do I have a cold? Yes, I have something. I am sick. Take some Tylenol, but I don't have a headache. I am taking cough medicine and stuff, though. By the way, you don't sound cold on mic. Yeah, well, that's because I'm muting the mic for all the coughing and stuff. but my throat is making it harder and harder to talk. I can't imagine spending like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't even. I don't necessarily even try to think about it that way. I could not afford to spend that much money on GOAT games. But even if I could, I still wouldn't. The only way I would spend that much money is if I was doing content creation and it was generating like 2 or 3 times that for me. So, you know, it was like a business expense and it justified the business expense. But I don't judge the people. I mean, if your hobby is playing Bloodline and that's where you want to spend your money and you can afford it, spend it on whatever. Like I'm not judging people. You know, I'm sure the amount I've spent on this game or other games is probably crazy to some people, right? There's people that play this game that would never even think of spending what I've spent on it. So, I mean, everybody has their different levels. You can still play Bloodline free to play if you make the math and you're clever enough to be a top player, at least at your server. I don't even think you need to be a top player on your server, right? And I think that's why it's kind of that mindset that gets everybody kind of bummed out about the way this game goes. Like, I mean, there can only be one top player. Even if you go per server, there can only be one top player. You just have to be able to be. All you have to do is be able to have fun. Whatever that means to you. Whether that just means competitive, whether that just means I don't care whether I win or lose, I just want to play. Whether that means I'm going to make a whole team of werewolves no matter how bad it sucks. I like werewolves and I want to play them. Right? Like, we just got to have fun. And I think for too many people, they define fun by wins. Right? Like, I've seen people who will go into a guild conquest, and if their guild is winning and they have the biggest team and they take over the whole map, that's fine. The other team needs to get better or whatever. But if they go into it and they get slammed and another team takes over the whole map, well, now they're whales and now they pay to win and blah, 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 blah. Like, you can't have the double standard. You know? It's like I was telling our guild when we got handled last match. Like, you guys can't get bummed out about it, right? The other guild wasn't bigger than us. It actually would have been a really good fight back and forth, I thought. But the other guild was just willing to spend more money on more speed up cards than our guild was, and so be it. Like, there's no reason to get bummed out about it. They have made players so competitive and make them spend. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal of the game, is to make you feel left out, or make you feel this or make you feel that, and it works. And get the better of everybody. Hell, I know there's been times in the past where I've been in a guild conquest and I had the biggest team, but they were, zooming around all over the map. So I'll be damned if I didn't come in here and go over here and, you know, purchase some speed up tickets. Why? Because I wanted to win. So yeah, they got me. That's why it's called a gotcha game. There's way too many people that have so bad teams and they're pay to win, and you can still take them down and get, yeah. I mean, money will get you so far. I mean, I've seen plenty over the time I've played Bloodline. I've seen so many whale accounts, Kraken accounts that were just so bad. I'm like, you're lucky I don't have an account the size of you. You're lucky I don't spend the kind of money you spend, because I would destroy you and make you feel like a fool for spending that much money, because your comp is just horrible. And they go around telling everybody it's meta because nobody can beat them. Well, of course nobody can beat you. You have the biggest team in the entire game. That doesn't mean the team is good. That doesn't mean it actually works. Right now, 1583, we beat them. GC hard. They hate you. I don't know why, but yeah. I mean, this is the idea that teams need to take. Like, talk to each other, coordinate, fucking team up against us if you want. Who let them out? What the fuck? But some of this is just stupid. Like this one right here. You're boring. It's always the same strategy. What do you fucking mean it's always the same strategy? Of course it's always the same strategy. It's always the same fucking game. The game is to take as many towers as you can take. Not let the other team take towers. Like, what other strategy is there to have in this game? I probably shouldn't use speed up tickets, but I need some points. And I'm bored. Well, and yeah. But the bad thing in new servers are that you get rewards for the first Bloodcraft as rewards for, yeah. Yeah, this first GC map is the hardest and same while easiest when you have 1 to 2 big players. Yeah. I mean, what he just said is really the truth. Is it's hard to get everybody online, but I mean, if they got this team and probably this team and this team, you know, these teams, like put 20 teams that are over 10 million in one thing and come hit me. Like, my team's big, but if you hit me with like 20 guys that are all above 10, I don't think I'd survive, right? But nobody does that. What they do is they keep putting little 4s and 5s and 6s in a rally and then, you know, running into the wall. Hey, Magic, welcome to the stream. Remember back to the Dave Alla meta, some free to play plays easily. Yeah, I mean, the Dave Alla meta was who had the biggest Dave Alla. Right. In the Dave Alla meta, I literally would run around Guild Conquest with just my Dave Alla. Right. Because there was nothing, I didn't care how many teams you had, there's nothing anybody could do against the 15 star level 700, 100 vigor maxed out Dave Alla. Like, they just couldn't kill her. So that's why I have to laugh a little bit when people tell me, "Oh, this guy is worse than Dave Alla. This champion's worse than..." No, nobody was worse than Dave Alla. Just because they finally gave us a reason to counter Dave Alla, everybody forgets how dominant Dave Alla was. Yeah, 100 vigor Dave Alla just doesn't care. And the thing about it was, not only do you have to kill her once, right? You have to have a team big enough to take her on, get her down to 0 health, not all completely die when she goes into her blood pool and hits you with all of that strength. But then when she goes into her blood pool and hits you with all of that strength, she is at 100% health again, so you have to kill her all over again. People just really forget how dominant she was. Yeah. People tell me Water and Sky is more dominant than Dave Alla. Get the fuck out of here. I get it. He's really strong. I see it. I'm not denying that. But you couldn't kill Davala. They added an entirely new mechanic, which is called Execute, that Phoenix and Male Soulkeeper have. Like, they added a mechanic to finally counter her because you couldn't kill her. Like, I see people kill Water and Sun. Like, you can't kill Davala. Go eat one onion like an apple and come back. You're gonna feel 2 times better. I know it's shit, but it's there ain't. I would rather fucking get COVID than go eat a fucking onion like an apple. You crazy? Like, onions are my literally my most hated food in life. She's still on my second team. Yeah. If you don't go up against Phoenix or Male Soulkeeper, you know, she's I'm sure she's still pretty strong. Still just as big of a problem. My 90 vigor Davala was 60% win rate versus Male Water and Sun. I appreciate the home remedy, but it ain't gonna happen, bro. I would rather feel like this than eat an onion. I don't even have any onions to eat. And like, I physically wouldn't be able to eat an onion. Like, I would physically vomit. And like, this shit I don't understand. Why do you use your speed up card to get to me faster? You're gonna die. Like, this is a 3 million power team running into a 15 million power team. Why are you wasting your speed up cards to get here faster? I know, bro. And I appreciate the help. It just ain't gonna happen. I'm just stubborn. They don't check something. Like, I feel if you're running around with a team that small, you gotta at least check something. Alright, at least he, well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. He said he doesn't blame us. Like, we do the same thing. Probably to check the box for point. Yeah, that's possible. I guess there is a thing for use X number of speed ups or something, huh? Yeah, right here. This one I just got. Use acceleration card 5 times. Have anyone here tested Ico yet? I certainly have not. I heard somebody say it cost like it was like $900 to get her from that event, so I don't think too many people have her. I'm sure all I would have to do is ask, and Kitty would let me get on her account and test her. But I haven't asked that yet. When you meet a team without MWS, you are literally -1 sprites in that battle. What are you talking about? Did I miss part of a conversation? No, Ico is a Bloodcraft. You're thinking of the new Dragon Sprite, but he's talking about Ico, which is a Bloodcraft champion. It's the female hoe, and I don't know who else they mixed her with. He's talking about her. This is Ico. Female hoe and female hoe. Alright. Double hoe clan. Yeah. You were talking about this guy. Also, your statement is not entirely true. There are more healers in the game than just male water and sun. And I don't know if anybody's tested it yet or not, but if it also works on self healers, then it actually works against a lot of champions, because there's a lot of champions that have some kind of lifesteal built into their kit that I don't think people realize. But I do not know if it works against self-heal or not. To my knowledge, it hasn't been tested yet. If it has been tested, it hasn't made it back to me. I suspect it does work against self-heal, but I have no way to test that. I might actually, though, right? Because when you're fighting, there's an animation when their ability kicks in, right? more heals in the game right now. No, see, that's what I'm saying. That's where you're mistaken. You're just thinking about big, giant self-team heals. Right? Like, let's pick somebody. I don't know, let's pick somebody I totally don't remember. Right, she may not have anything, but hang on. I have Bolko. Let's see. Does he have anything? No. Who are popular champions right now? F-Ho is another healer, right? Him, isn't he popular? Right here. Whenever the caster attacks or skills hit enemy target, the caster gains a layer of soaring flight. With each layer, recovering constitution. So again, assuming that it works against self-healers, that would affect him. That would... Oh, that's her. That's a her? Yeah, that's a her. I thought that was him. Who else? How about him? He's popular, right? Does he have any heal? He does not have any heal. 15-star male parade. You like that, clan? I believe I had it at 13 or 14 stars because I was testing it back at the time the clan came out. And so I just recently made it to 15 stars because I had the extra copies of him. And I'm about to get Phoenix. So I needed another 15-star that I don't care about to attach my Bloodcraft to. Right? Like I have her for this Bloodcraft. And so I just, because he was so close and I didn't have to breed anything or anything like that. I had the copies for it. So I just made him the 15-star. So once I finally get my Phoenix, I'll be able to attach him to her. I do, however, like their clan trade. I'm a huge fan of their clan trade, and I don't understand why people don't talk about it more. Who else? Some people use her, right? Although I don't know if her damage matters, but Right here, recovers 20% of their max constitution. So the Sprite would work against her. I'm just picking random people. Again, we're assuming that it works against self-healers. And then right here, 1.3% of the caster's max constitution is restored per second. So it affects him. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't realize how much hidden healing are in kits. And so it's not, again, I'm assuming it works against self-healers. It's not just male, water, and sun. Like, there's a lot of people in the meta right here. It recovers the caster's constitution that are going to get affected by this. So, I mean, I think we can test it, right? Without knowing what the other team is, because your sprites light up when something triggers. So let's see if we can find a team that doesn't have water and sun. No water and sun here. Are there any heals on this team? I don't think there's any heals on this team. Let's just test it. We'll watch the dragon. Oh, this is going to be over too quick to test anything. Shit. Alright, what about him? He has a water and sun. Water and sun. Water and sun. Water and sun. That was the team that I just beat up. No water and sun, but it does have, so it would affect Galabar, it would affect Devala, it would affect Loom. Let's test and see if I can figure it out. Oh, they don't pop up, do they? So I can't tell. Yeah, it would take multiple accounts to figure out whether it's who it's hurting. So, but that's really the thing that needs to be determined about the new Sprite, because if it affects self-healers, it's way more powerful than people are thinking right now, because people are saying the same thing you're thinking. Oh, it's only against male, water, and sun. No, there's a lot of life steal in the game. Devala's only dead because of Phoenix. And I've heard that Phoenix is falling out of favor. And there's a Phoenix. I mean, a lot of people are still running Phoenix, so. Phoenix. Phoenix. God, everybody plays her in the same exact fucking spot, too. No Phoenix. So, I mean, you could play Devala here, she'd be just fine. But yeah, with Phoenix still in the meta this heavily, Phoenix, yeah. A lot of people are still playing Phoenix, so. I mean, this horse is dog water. 15% only when he's above 50%. Like, I mean, it only works for half of the match. What does this one do? Yeah. A little bit more damage. I don't think that's all that strong, honestly. And I think you're more than entitled to your opinion, but I think you're completely jumping to conclusions on the new Sprite. Also, if it's true that Male Water and Sun is the most broken champion in the game, I'll tell you what, when Devala was the most broken champion in the game, everybody would have killed for 25% damage reduction. And now everybody acts like it doesn't matter. I find it quite amusing. Uh-oh. What's not that much? Talking for an 11 bill account, not that much. I don't know what you're talking about. Did they fix Male Bloom? What was broken about him? I didn't know he was broken. Back when I left, he worked fine, so. Hey, kitty. Good to see you. Yeah, but you're not really. I mean, it doesn't seem to me that you're really playing Soul Keeper for the damage. You're playing Soul Keeper to deny people healing and because he executes. I think he's asking who the best assassin is right now, Kitty. Alright, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me, but the sick is really getting to me. It's been 2 hours, so that's probably my limit for the night, so I'm gonna call it a night. I will be back trying it again tomorrow, a little bit earlier than I started today, but we'll see how long we can get through tomorrow. But I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I appreciate the conversations and the debates. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.